All right, this is the Saturday special edition of the Carolina weather video here for October the 7th. I am meteorologist Matthew East along with you. Primarily cutting this video for an update on the tropics and Hurricane Nate. Get into that in just a second. There's a quick look here during the 6 a.m. hour this morning from our Greensboro Tower camera. We'll take a peek at the Charlotte Dowd YMCA camera. At this point, it's a fairly quiet morning, but as soon as later this morning, the opportunity for a few showers will begin to develop across parts of the region. Had one final warm, dry day yesterday before this change in our weather pattern occurred. There's your highs across the region. Triad viewing area, low to mid-80s. Charlotte viewing area, a lot of 80s across the foothills and the Piedmont, some 70s. In the high country, these are temperatures again during the 6 a.m. hour. Boone at 56, Charlotte 67, Columbia 73, and Wilmington at 72. So the radar still relatively quiet. Just a couple of showers popping up here over parts of Anson and Richmond counties as I cut the video. And I think it will be our Piedmont zones here this morning, Piedmont zones rather today, that have the best opportunity for these scattered showers as we progress through the course of our Saturday. There's the outer rain bands from Hurricane Nate moving already into southern Louisiana. Nate moving very, very quickly in the Gulf. So let's get into your tropical update. And again, this is going to be based on the early morning, the 5 a.m. advisory information. But we'll take a look at Nate. Nate did become a hurricane as it's been churning across the Gulf of Mexico. Now, it's running out of time. It's certainly looking healthier, and some additional strengthening is likely, but it's running out of time to really go through a ton of strengthening. It's going to make landfall by this evening and tonight there along the central Gulf Coast. So Nate, as I cut the video, a Category 1 hurricane with 80 mile per hour sustained winds, really moving, north-northwest movement at 22 miles per hour, and it's booking it for sure. So that does not allow for a ton of time for strengthening. We're looking at this coming to the central Gulf Coast by this evening and tonight. Landfall as maybe a Category 2 hurricane at the upper end, again, just due to time constraints, but certainly at least a decent Category 1 hurricane, and then bending northeastward from there. European model. Here's the wind field showing you, first of all, the center of Nate heading to southeastern Louisiana. And as always the case, the right side of the forward motion of these tropical systems will have the worst issues with wind and surge. Let me focus here on the Futurecast modeling here, a little more tightly higher resolution model here. Tightly focused higher resolution model. So there it brings the center of Nate to the southeastern parts of Louisiana down to the general vicinity of the mouth of the Mississippi River. 10 o'clock tonight. 10 o'clock Saturday evening, and then from there bending up toward the Mississippi Gulf Coast. So in this scenario, which is probably accurate, you're looking at the westernmost parts of the Florida Panhandle, but then especially the Alabama and the Mississippi Gulf Coast, those being your areas that have the biggest issues with storm surge and onshore flow of wind. Rain totals, all right, here's the European model. Now, I've ran this out to Wednesday evening, so between now and Wednesday evening, those are the European rain totals. There's the GFS rain amounts. We'll focus here on North Carolina. And I think you're looking at a scenario. Now, again, this doesn't fall in 6 hours or anything, so we're spread out over a few days. But the mountain zones picking up, I think, some widespread 3 to 5 inch with locally higher amounts, that type of deal. Piedmont zones picking up 1 to 2 inches with some locally higher amounts. So the mountains and the immediately adjacent foothills get the most rain out of this. So the tropical moisture now in place as soon as today. We're looking at those scattered showers forming across the region. Here's our Saturday highs across the region. Now tomorrow, everybody fair game to pick up some areas of rain and storms. Not an all-day rain, but some areas of rain and thunderstorms. And there's our Sunday high temperatures. And then for Columbus Day Monday, we're really left in a setup right on through Monday, Tuesday, and even really Wednesday, where this tropical moisture just kind of lingers. There's nothing to sweep it out, and so we're left with pretty good opportunities for some showers and thunderstorms right on through the middle stages of next week, in scattered fashion, not all-day rains, but some scattered showers and thunderstorms through the midweek period. All right, that is it for this weekend edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everybody have a wonderful day and wonderful weekend, and God bless.